The lion cub was not afraid of the water. Every day she came down to the river's edge to meet her only friend, a small crocodile hatchling. And every day, just beneath the surface, two ancient eyes were watching. The mother crocodile, guarding both little ones, waiting to see what the lion would do to her baby. The little lion was golden and small, and the friend she met at the water each day was a young crocodile, no longer than her own leg. Two babies from two worlds that were never supposed to touch. The little lion had come to that stretch of river alone. The grass on the high bank was crushed into a long trail that led away and did not return. Whatever had walked off down that trail had not come back for her. She had wandered the savannah crying into an empty world until she came to the river, and there, at the muddy edge, she had found the one creature small enough to be unafraid of her. The crocodile hatchling was one of a clutch the mother had carried, in her own terrible gentle jaws, down to the water weeks before. A mother crocodile is one of the fiercest guardians on the whole river. She had buried her eggs and guarded them without eating for months against everything. She had carried each newborn to the water, cradled between teeth that could crush bone, with a tenderness nothing about her appearance would ever suggest. The most feared animal in the river held the most careful instinct a mother can have. And one of her hatchlings, the boldest, kept slipping up onto the bank to investigate the golden thing that came every day. The little lion and the little crocodile played the way only the very young can, clumsily, carefully, without any idea that they were supposed to be anything to each other but predator and prey. The lion cub would pat at the water, the hatchling would scuttle up the mud. They chased and tumbled and rested in the sun side by side at the line where the water met the land. And beneath the surface, two ancient eyes watched it all. The mother crocodile did not understand the golden creature at first, and everything in her said danger. But a mother watches what her child loves. Day after day, she saw her bold little hatchling seek out the lion cub, and saw the lion cub be gentle with him, never once closing those small jaws too hard, never once doing harm. And slowly, the way a cold thing warms, the mother stopped seeing an enemy at the edge of her water. She began to see two babies, one of them hers, one of them not, both of them playing in her domain. So she did the thing no crocodile is supposed to do. She let the lion cub stay. More than that, she guarded her. The river is a dangerous place for a small lion, full of currents and the things that move in deep water. But nothing moved in that water without the mother knowing. When anything drifted too close to where the two little ones played, the great dark shape would rise, silent, and the danger would vanish back into the depths. The little lion played at the edge of the most feared creature on the river, and because of that, nothing on that river would ever touch her. The mother could not follow the cub onto the land. A crocodile belongs to the water and the bank and no further. Her protection had an edge to it, a shoreline. But within that edge, within the world of the water and the mud and the reeds, the little lion was safer than she would ever be again. And here was the tension the river could not solve. The two little ones were growing into opposite worlds. The crocodile belonged to the water. Every day he spent more time submerged, learning the river, drifting out into the deep where the lion cub could not follow. And the little lion belonged to the land. Every day her legs grew stronger, her body built for running across dry ground the crocodile could never cross. The bank where they met, that thin line of mud between water and grass, was the only place their two worlds overlapped, and it was shrinking. The mother crocodile saw it before either of the little ones did. She had lived a long life in that river. She knew that the water keeps its own, and the land keeps its own, and that the thin, bright line between them is not a place anyone can live. The friendship of the two babies was real. It was also, by the deepest law of the river, temporary. The little lion grew tall and lean, too big now for the games of the bank. She began to hear something on the wind that came down off the high grass, the call of the prides, the sound of her own kind, reaching into a part of her the river had never touched. She would come to the water still, but she would stand on the bank now and look up toward the savannah, toward a world the mother crocodile could never enter. And one day, the little lion came down to the river's edge not to play, but to say a goodbye that none of them had words for. The young crocodile slipped up onto the mud one last time. The two of them sat at the line between the water and the land, the way they had as babies, the river creature and the land creature, in the only place they had ever been able to share. And the mother watched from just beneath the surface, those ancient eyes steady on the little lion she had chosen, for her son's sake, to guard. She did not try to keep the cub. A crocodile mother knows better than anything alive that you cannot hold the water and the land together. She had given the little lion a place to be safe through the most dangerous season of her life, and now the land was calling, and the kindest thing the river could do was let her go to it. The young lioness rose and turned and climbed the high bank toward the grass. At the top she paused and looked back once at the river, at the small dark shape on the mud, at the still water where two ancient eyes watched her go. Then she walked out into the savannah, toward a pride in the distance, toward the life that had been waiting in her blood all along. A lioness rose to meet her, took her scent, and let her in. And down at the river, a mother crocodile sank slowly beneath the surface, having guarded a creature of the land all the way to the edge of the only world she could protect, and no further. The seasons turned. The young lioness took her place among her pride and became one of its strong ones, ruling her stretch of the savannah, a mother in time herself. A lion's range often runs to the water because the water is where the prey gathers, and the river's edge is a hunting ground like any other. The prides of that plain worked the banks as lions always have. But there was one stretch of river the lioness would never hunt. It was a quiet bend where the reeds grew thick and the mud ran down to slow dark water, and when her pride moved toward it, she would not follow. She would stop at the top of the high bank and look down at the river and turn away. She let that water be. The drinking herds that gathered there, the creatures that lived in its reeds and its depths, she left them all in peace again and again when any lioness would have struck. She did not know why. She had no memory of the small crocodile she had played with, no picture of the ancient eyes that had guarded her, no name for the thin, bright line of mud where she had once been safe. She only carried, beneath all her lion's strength, a single thing the river had given her, that the water was not hers to take, that somewhere far back, before she had words for safety, safety had been a dark, still shape beneath the surface, watching over her at the edge of a world she was never meant to belong to. And in that quiet bend of the river, an old crocodile grew older among the reeds, never knowing that up on the high grass, a lioness turned away from the water for the rest of her life, sparing the river and everything in it, because once, for the love of her own bold child, that river had chosen to spare a little lion.